Sadhya, what's that?
One thing I really want to celebrate is Holi.
Oh, I celebrate Holi
haven't.
every year.
Never have. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Don't Talk Back podcast. I'm Renesh.
And I'm Khushee, and we're your hosts.
Yes, welcome back to a new episode. So, festivals, Indian festivals.
I love them.
Do
you celebrate any?
Yeah.
So I'm not, without sounding mean, the only South Indian festival I know of is Onam. Do you celebrate that?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. It was actually like last Sunday. Usually we just like get together with family, some family friends as well, eat something called Sadhya.
So eat what?
Sadhya.
Sadhya, what's that?
It's all vegetarian, traditional foods. It's like rice and then dinner sambar. Yeah, then there's like other different varieties of curries and things like that.
Oh, nice. So do you know the story behind Onam? Like, why do you celebrate it?
Oh yeah, someone told me this actually last week. I think it's because there was something to do with like the rice, like crops growing.
Oh, for farmers?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that.
That's very similar to Baisakhi. Baisakhi, I can't remember.
That's a Punjabi one, right?
Yeah, it's a Punjabi one, and that's for like farmers as well. Like the first like crop, or the first time you cut your crop or something. And you do like a huge bonfire. You invite your friends and your family. We've never celebrated it here because it's typically celebrated in January, and in that time it's cold in India, so doing a bonfire actually makes sense. But in January it's already boiling hot here, so it doesn't really make sense doing a bonfire.
Yeah, you're not even allowed to do them, are you? Unless it's like
you can,
your own backyard, right?
Unless you have like you just need to have a licensed bonfire thing in your backyard.
Really? Oh,
I think so. Like one of the things you get at Harvey Norman or something. But one of my cousins did it illegally at his house a couple of weeks ago. He had like cardboard on the grass. Not cardboard, but like the thick cardboard or wood or whatever it's called. The one that cupboards are made out of. So he put that on the ground. Then he put all the stuff you need to make a bonfire, and we just did that.
Okay.
But that's really dangerous because you never know when it gets out of control. But aside from that, I really, really, really love celebrating festivals.
One thing I really want to celebrate is Holi.
Oh, I celebrate Holi every year.
Never have.
Oh, I'll invite you next year.
It's
mad.
It's like, it just looks really fun.
It is really fun, but do you know what? My all-time regret is if you're playing with colors, don't mix water with it because you'll end up looking like horrific. If you're just using dry colors, you know the colors have their shine. Like red will be on one part, green will be on one part. The minute you mix water with it, it becomes muddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if I show you my Holi pics from like 2-3 years ago, I'm gonna look like Fiona from Shrek. I kid you not. Yeah, you should not mix water. Either do a dry Holi or a wet Holi. And if you want to do both, do not take photos. Like advice to the wise: do not mix. And if you want to mix, don't take photos. So there's no proof of it.
There was a Holi cruise, in like one of those uni ones.
Stop! I went to one of those as well.
It was ages ago. I haven't been to it. I never went to it. I was asked to go, but I said no.
The uni Holi crazes are wild.
Yeah, but I don't know how they do it in the cruise because from what I was told, there was 3 levels. The bottom level was just not Holi. Second level was you can throw colors. Third one, I think you can.
It was
throw
the
colours
roof,
as well.
yeah.
But I feel like that wouldn't be fun on a boat, you know.
No, it's fun actually because when we did it, it was raining a little bit. So we were on the 3rd level. And it's really fun because you have a DJ there and it's a cruise. So it's a nice setting. I think it was like a sunset cruise. So it was from 6 to or 7, something like that. But it's really fun. It's really fun. Plus Holi is one of my favorite festivals. So you mix that with a harbour cruise and you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I haven't celebrated Holi yet. I would like to at some point, but yeah.
No, I used to go to Hindi school in Thornley, and they used to celebrate it there every year. And once I've graduated from there, I didn't celebrate Holi one year, and I was so depressed. I was
really?
This is so depressing. Why can't we celebrate Holi ourselves? So I made a point of it to celebrate Holi every year. Yeah, we do. We celebrate every tiny festival.
In a community or like?
No, it's kind of awkward, the community. I wouldn't feel comfortable throwing colours or like touching people that I don't really know. Like,
No,
I
but,
would
like, if
rather
you're in
do
a
it with my
community,
family
know
only.
people, right?
I don't know. There's too many people in the community now. You can't know everyone.
No, but like you'd stick with the people you know, right?
You could, but I don't
'Cause
know.
I
It's just
know-
awkward for me.
Like I know people that have communities and do holy events of their community, but
I feel like those people are kind of closer, like tight knit together.
yeah, I mean you have to get to know them somehow.
You have to get to know
right?
people, yeah. But nah, I don't know. Even if I do know you, like even if I was playing Holi with you, I would literally be like, "Can I put color on you?" And I would put it a little bit. But with my friends and my family, I don't even ask. I just grab them and I smear it on their face.
I think you have to chuck it.
No, if you chuck it, it goes in your nose because it becomes like. Because if you throw it, it spreads. But if you
Right.
put it like this, it actually sticks to your face. If you do want to do it like this throwing it like this is good for photos and stuff because it spreads everywhere like powder. But yeah, I wouldn't throw it at someone unless you want them to hate you.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, other than Holi, I really, really love celebrating Diwali. You haven't celebrated Diwali?
Have I? No, not really.
Holi is the...
We celebrate
Diwali is...
only way we celebrate it is with family friends. There's some like party or something like that. But other than that, no.
I love Diwali.
Yeah.
It's like it's a nice occasion to make really, really good food that you wouldn't make on like a normal
days, yeah.
day. You get to decorate the house. I make rangolis. You know what they are? I make those. So I go all out. Like I make rangolis. We do tea lights. We do a whole puja. We do like the firecrackers and everything. Yeah. So my only like problem with it in my culture, once you light, so you have to light a lamp for Diwali, right? So basically, the premise of Diwali is it's when Lord Ram came back from his 14-year exile, and the whole of Ayodhya like lit up oil lamps to welcome him back. So that's what it's basically for. And you're supposed to have one big lamp that's supposed to stay lit through the entire night. Once you light that, you cannot leave the house because like Lakshmi comes in or Lord Ram comes in. So you cannot leave the house basically once you do that. And because of that, it's just me, my mom, my dad, and my brother at Diwali. And I'm just like, I feel like it's kind of lonely just doing, like, yes, it's just the four of us, but I wish we could have people over and party. So that's my only issue with Diwali. Like, we can't celebrate it together with people.
That's fair. Yeah.
But I still like it. So just Onam for you then?
There's something else called Vishu.
Vishu, what's that?
I think that's like the New Year. I think as you can tell, I have not much of an understanding about these cultures.
That's okay. You still told me what Onam was and I didn't know.
I think that's what it is. But yeah, it's pretty much similar. But for Vishu, we get money like from our old elders. Like my parents will give us money. I will give like my little cousins money, like $2, $3, $2 at all. Like, because what are they gonna do with $50? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they'll take the $2 and buy something from the canteen. And yeah.
Do you remember when like your grandparents or your uncles and aunts would come home to see you for the first time and they give you cash? Did that not happen to you?
We didn't get cash. No, they wouldn't just give us cash. Oh, not the ones that live here.
Oh, okay.
The ones in India would give us cash like rupees, but like the exchange rate was obviously like 50 rupees is $1, and they would give you money. And like, you know, I never really do anything with the rupees anyway. Like they'll always be like, oh, I spend it on something for yourself. But in the end, it would just go to my parents' wallet, and we'd be like, all right. Sweet, like,
I was just gonna say that as well. When I was younger, we'd get me, my sister, and my brother would get money from our relatives if they had met us for the first time. Or like my Marcies come, every time they come, they give us some sort of cash as like a blessing or a gift. You know, it's like their blessing. And they always fight over it. It's like, you don't need to give this. What are you doing? Like,
oh yeah,
that whole fight.
Yeah.
I get really freaked out. I'm just like, it's okay, just take it back. Don't fight. And my sister, on the other hand, she's just laughing. Just like, what is there to laugh about?
Yeah. No, like we like my mom would do that. Like when we would give money, like when my grandma or her sister would give money, she would just be like, "What are you doing?" Like, they wouldn't fight, but like, she would just be like, "Oh,
Like, it's not fight, but it's like they get all serious and it's like, no, yeni, no, I don't need like that kind of. It's like when you go to pay and that kind of a fight, it's like that. But yeah, it's really wholesome. Another reason why I like festivals is because I get a lot of cash. Like on Rakhi, I get cash. On Bhai Dooj, I get cash. We don't do gifts on like Diwali or anything. We give gifts. So like you're supposed to, like we give like dry fruit boxes. We make boxes and everything. But yes, mainly I like festivals for the gifts.
Fair enough. What about Christmas, Halloween?
Oh, Christmas, don't even get me started. I'm the Santa for the family.
Oh yeah, I think you spoke about this.
Yeah, so I have to do all the wrapping and stuff. It's fun.
What about Halloween?
I don't do Halloween anymore. I haven't since I was like 13, 14.
Yeah. But
I take my niece and nephew trick-or-treating sometimes.
Yeah. Do you give candy to kids? Like, do they come to your house?
They do. Well, we live in an apartment, so it's kind of hard.
Oh, right.
But like we do decorate our balcony so kids know they can approach the balcony. So sometimes like groups of kids would come over to our balcony and would just drop the candies in their bags.
Oh, right.
But yeah, it's kind of hard to do trick-or-treating when you live in an apartment building.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Halloween I used to really like. I feel like once you get over the whole candy phase, it kind of like fizzles out. It's really big in the US though. I feel like it's really big amongst the adults as well. But yeah, Christmas like also used to be really good when I wasn't the Santa because I wouldn't know what I got. It's still really good because I still get those presents, but there's no excitement behind it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But yeah, no. Celebrating festivals is really big in India though. Like we celebrated Diwali once in India, had the time of my life, like a cash from everywhere, and like fireworks. You light fireworks yourself. The fireworks in India, they're just the best. There was one thing called the Hulk bomb, and it's literally this big. It's green. You light it on fire, and the sound it makes, it's like actual bomb.
Really?
An actual bomb. It's small, but the sound is humongous. There's another thing called chakri, actually. Sorry for unloading, but it's just I'm getting my memories back. It's called chakri. You light it and it like sparks fly out of it, but it like turns around.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
that's also really fun.
Yeah, I don't like Halloween anymore.
You don't?
I'm gonna sound like an old man when I say this, but now that the Halloween hype has died for me, near my house, my area is the spot in
for trick-or-treating?
The whole like suburb
Lovely.
to go, and it's really like annoying because people park on the roads and you're trying to get through, like drive through, and there's kids running here and there, parents talking to each other, and parents trying to get their kids to the nearest house or whatever, and you're just like, dude, I just want to get home. Like, I was about a 30-second walk away from my house, and I was in a car, and I was driving, and it took me 10 minutes to get from that part to my actual house. 30-second walk it would have been.
Wow.
It took it for like 7 minutes or so because.
Why can't you just honk at them?
Well, they're kids, you know.
Oh, well, I'm a bit of a Karen. I would have honked.
No, you see, because what a lot of I don't blame the kids. I blame the parents because the parents like park in the most useless spots. Like they park in no stopping zones and no parking zones, and then you're like, okay, I get obviously you want to get out, get your kids are excited, but it's a huge risk. Like because I live near a metro station, and it's already packed.
It's already packed.
So add a whole hundreds of people coming in onto that, and big cars trying to find parking spots. So this is let's say like this is the street, right? Usually with the metro station, there's like cars parked like here. Fair enough, you just go through. And then if there's a car like coming this way, you're coming this way. You just want to use out the way.
Yeah, and let them go.
But imagine Halloween. There's like more cars across the whole way, even on no parking zones. And cars trying to get through here, kids trying to cross, parents trying to cross, cars trying to park in the most tightest spots, and you're waiting for them, and you have to wait to get past, you have to wait for another car to go. It's a whole absolute mind like.
No wonder you hate Halloween.
I don't hate it. No, it's.
You just said you hate Halloween.
Okay, no, I wouldn't say I hate it. I get the point of it. Like obviously,
It's good for the
one
kids,
day.
but
Yeah,
not for
sure.
adults.
But like when you're just trying to get home, that's when it gets to me. I'm just like, oh, like let me go. I'm trying to go home. I don't care about I don't want to crash my car. I don't want to hit some person. So I bear it, but it tests my patience a lot.
Yeah, no,
Last
fair
year
enough.
especially, it tested my patience really, really, really like really hard.
Why?
Because already, like I said, there's already a metro. It's already 5 p.m. People are trying to go home for the metro. People are trying to pick people up from the metro. People are trying to park their car for the Halloween thing. People are trying to get home. Like me, I was trying to get home. I'm trying to think, because there was something last year that happened that just really ticked me off. Yeah, I think going away, like I was leaving home, so it was fine because it was like, I think it was like 3 p.m. So the kids started coming in from school or whatever. I came back at like 5 p.m. and parents are parking in no parking zones. And I'm just like, why are you, like, what's the, like, what do you, I hope they all got fined. I really hope they did. I don't think they would have, but I hope they did, because if that happens on a normal day and they parked in those places, they'll get fined. Because it's near a metro station. It's a big risk actually, like, because if you hit your car into that car or hit someone, it's, like this, because there'll be parents walking with their like little kids on the street, on the road, in the middle of the road, just walking just because they think like, the road closes for this one day. It doesn't.
The road closes for the one day. No, I do get what you mean. But it's a pain.
Yeah, but seeing like people's outfits and stuff are all right. That's like, okay, it's fun.
What's the weirdest Halloween costume you've seen?
Oh, I do not remember. I don't pay attention to the point where I remember, because like where I live, yeah, it's all just little kids. So they're all just in whatever capes and Supermans and devils or whatever.
I think I really liked Halloween partly because I got to do makeup. I was really like fond of makeup. But now I do makeup anyway, so it's like I don't really care anymore. But another thing I was thinking when we were talking about festivals, have your parents ever told you that we wouldn't survive in India?
They've implied it.
Yeah, what's up with that? Like my parents always say you need to have a different way of thinking to live in India. The kids who have been born and brought up in India are really smart. They're really street smart. They could like swindle you easily because you guys are really naive. You haven't had to deal with anything.
I haven't been told that. Like, I haven't been told straight you can't deal with India. I've just been told like, oh, India things are different. Like, so just watch out.
It's not about you can't deal with India. It's just you need to have a different way of thinking if you want to survive in India, which apparently according to them we automatically do not have and
Obviously
cannot
we don't have. Yeah, of course. Like that's like, because that's like saying, that's like going to a really, that's like going to a part of Sydney or part of Australia which just has heavy criminal activity, or part of the world which has heavy criminal activity, and just be like, yeah, you don't have
there's not heavy criminal activity everywhere in India. It's a normal country.
I don't know if this is just like a you thing, or like is it a girl thing, you reckon? They say to like girls?
Oh no. Like obviously there's the whole like it's a regressive society for India, for women. But aside from that, it's like they wouldn't even try. Like it's not about them not trusting me. It's about, okay, I do get what they mean. Like even here,
no, I get it. Yeah.
Even here, let me give you an example. If I'm going to buy something and I'm at the checkout and I have picked something that I think is for $15, but it scans up as $25, I'll be like, oh wait, wasn't that 15? But I go to check and it's actually 25. I will still buy that thing because I'm peer pressured into buying it. You know what I mean? Like you have that obligation to be like, oh, I'm at the checkout. I don't want to sound petty.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna buy it. It's just $10.
Oh, like in physical shops?
Yeah, in physical shops.
Yeah.
So like I'll still buy it. So I think from their perspective, the minute you land at Indian like Delhi airport, the minute you walk out, those like people will come at you. It's like, we'll take you here, we'll take you there. Like, give us your bags, give us this, and like it doesn't take more than a minute for your stuff to get stolen. So I feel like they're saying it from that perspective, but I really don't think it's that much of a big deal. Like if I wanted to live in India, I could live in India. I just don't want to.
I feel like it's easier said than done. Way easier said than
done.
Because obviously, since we're Indian, we know like what
But like
we have a idea.
non-Indians live there all the time. There's like some Australians living there and they're
Yeah.
fine.
No, like everyone will have their own like thing, but I feel like if someone who didn't know about Indian culture as much went there, then they would just kind of like see what's like they would just like you said, there's people coming up to them and saying, oh, let's go here, let's go there, probably just fall for it kind of a thing. But there's a lot of like travel guides and stuff. Like I think I heard somewhere that if you go to a travel agent and you what do you call it? You say, I want to go to India or I want to go to another country, which is a high risk of something, they'll tell you. Like they'll tell you, okay, be careful for this, this, and this. Just like how they'll tell you, go get an injection for whatever, I don't know, hepatitis or whatever. They'll tell you, okay, there's like a risk of stealing or scamming or whatever.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because obviously, I don't think I could handle India.
I mean,
properly.
in complete honesty, I feel like I couldn't as well. I feel like I get ripped off everywhere I'd go.
Oh, not like that. That stuff I wouldn't. No, I don't fall for that stuff.
You don't?
No.
So you're good at bargaining?
Oh, bargaining, no. But like
that's what I meant. Like
no, but because for example, like when I went to Delhi last year, there's these people who walk around with like shoe polishing.
Yeah.
And obviously, I think I was wearing these white shoes. My brother was wearing Air Forces. Both like pretty, rugged,
things that can't be polished.
Rugged. No, they can be polished.
They can?
Rugged and stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
But there was like 6 or 7 of them just swarming around you every time you just walked past. They'd be like, "Oh, look at those shoes. They're white. I can clean them. I'll clean them. They won't let you go.
Yeah. That's
they won't let you go for
happened
like
to me
2
too.
minutes, and then you eventually
Yeah.
just keep ignoring them, and they'll go away. But
Yeah.
I think I notice if you look at them,
Yes.
then
they'll be like, okay, I have your attention.
Yeah, but
they'll come at you.
My brother, like, he's like to my dad, he's like, actually, can I get these?
Poor thing, he fell for it.
No, not even fell for it. Like I was like, why? Like, why you want to do that? I told him like, don't like, because I read that they used really cheap polish and stuff. So like the glue in your shoe just starts like wear off.
Mm.
He did it, and his Air Forces somehow survived. And because I've seen a lot of videos like tourist traps. Like what they'll do is, I think once these people like go around in certain places and they'll put like monkey poo on your shoes, and they'll come up to you, oh, your monkey poo on your shoes, look at that, we have to clean it. Then automatically you'll be like, oh,
wow,
I've got to get
that
this
is smart. Like that's a smart businessman right there.
Massive tourist trap like thing.
That's
there's
a smart,
lot
like
of those.
create the problem
There's
and
a
then
lot
fix
of
it. That's
those.
what Apple does. So why not an Indian sale, like Indian shoe polisher can do it as well. That's what
but
Apple does. They create a problem.
Apple doesn't
and
come
then,
behind you and be like, oh, I have to buy it. They follow you and don't leave you until
that's their
eventually you just
marketing
walk away.
tactic, bro. They're next
Yeah.
level.
No,
But-
that's not even a marketing tactic. That's just how they get you. That's not marketing tactic.
That is marketing tactic.
No.
Marketing tactic is to invite customers. That's how they invite customers. But what I'm trying to get at is you will even notice it like a huge difference between people that have been brought up in Australia and people that have been brought up here. Like even my sister, she was 11 when we moved here, and there's a huge difference between her and me. She's a lot more smarter than I am. Not just book smart, but she's like street smart. And all of that, and she's a lot more confident than I am. Like she'll mingle really easily, she'll socialize really easily, whereas I am only social with people I know. So I feel like kids who have been brought up in India, they're really confident and they're really outgoing. That's what I've noticed in everyone I have met that's from India.
The way I look at it, you're more suited to the environment you were brought up in.
Yeah.
Same with me, same with people who are born here or like grew up here from a young age, but people who are like coming here from India, it'll be a lot harder. They're suited to the environment.
It will be a lot harder,
there.
yeah.
We're suited to the environment here. So it's not like you won't be able to survive in India or they won't be able to survive here. It's just eventually you'll have to somehow adapt. And if you can't adapt, then you can't survive. But if you are willing to adapt, then you can definitely survive.
Some deep stuff, Renesh.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's just like fact of life.
So proud.
Yeah.
If you can't adapt, you cannot survive. Wise words. Renesh Krishnan, 2024.
Sure. Yeah. No,
Remember, I'm just saying it's good advice to somebody.
well, I mean, it's not even advice, it's just general knowledge.
It's general knowledge, but some people don't. Some people don't change.
Like if you go to India and you're not willing to know that where you have to, if you're not like don't have the basic knowledge that okay, if you eat at a street shop, there's a good chance you're gonna get sick from it. If you don't know things like that, or like
No,
if you,
but
if you don't,
I was taking it in the sense of like literal life lessons. Like if
Oh.
you don't adapt, you
well,
won't
yeah, obviously
survive.
you can say that for anything. Yeah. Or if you don't adapt to this, like the people in India or like things like that, then you're not gonna survive, and then you're gonna Well, anyway, that'll do it for us.
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.